Live. Going live here. All right, we're live. We're live. What's going on, everybody? Join on in. I have some strategy stuff I'm going to run through you. No podcast today, but I have some great technical LinkedIn information that I'm going to drop for you today. So I'm going to give this a few minutes to load up. Go ahead and join in the room. Make sure you share this with anybody in your network if you find this valuable. Those of you on Instagram who are watching, thanks for joining, by the way. If you want to see, I'm going to try here. I've never really done this live on StreamYard, but I'm going to attempt to share my screen and actually walk you guys through the 10-point perfect LinkedIn profile. Okay, so if you're on Instagram, you're watching, you want to see my screen, if I can get it to work, make sure you join over there on, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, and you should be able to see it. So let me double check on these suckers and make sure they are loaded while we get revved up here. Let's see. Okay, we're good on Facebook. Let's double check LinkedIn. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, maybe you've seen some of my content before, maybe it's the first time you've dropped in, and if you have any questions for me whatsoever, feel free to drop them. I can monitor. I should be able to monitor all of them in StreamYard. Basically, collectively allows me to stream out to all the platforms here. So feel free to drop your comments, and we're going to get rolling. So what I want to talk about with you guys today, live with you, first off, hope you had an amazing holiday. Hope you had a lot of fun. Hope it was safe. Hope you got some relaxation in. And I'm over here just excited and prepping and getting rolling for the new year. D as in sound. You're real pretty. Thank you, my friend. You're real pretty too. And yeah, so we're getting ready for the new year here. I have an exciting new opportunity that I've created pretty much to open the gates for much more people to be able to empower them with a lot of the information we've been putting out for years. And, especially with a lot of our, very high paying clients who pay us tens of thousands of dollars plus a year to teach them this stuff, to do a lot of this stuff for them. And I want to be able to bring it to much more people. So that's what I'm going to do. If you have an interest in LinkedIn, let's say if you're in any sort of business development role, marketing, sales, you're in some sort of client-facing role, okay, this is definitely for you. If you're a marketing director, if you're a sales director, this information is for you. And this information doesn't only just apply for you on LinkedIn directly, but it also applies for you to be able to implement these strategies for your team and to be able to run a lot of the background marketing and business development efforts so that your team can be successful when it comes to actually filling your pipeline, bringing deals into your pipeline from LinkedIn. Now, why LinkedIn? Why am I such a big advocate of LinkedIn? Really because LinkedIn is the number one platform for B2B sales and marketing. And not only that, let's say you sell to consumers. LinkedIn is where the money is. LinkedIn is where, if I'm selling consumer products rather than directly to consumers, I have much bigger opportunities there with other companies. So I like to use LinkedIn to prospect for partners, not only just direct clients, but especially partners where I can find a way to add value to what they're already doing and be able to do much bigger deals. So my goal with this information, with everybody who I run through this information, is to give you the tools necessary to drive 6 figures plus into your pipeline, right? Whether you sell a $500 product and that would come in much more volume of what you're doing. You sell a $50,000 product, you sell $500,000 product like most of our clients. You sell a multi-million-dollar 8-figure product or service, and LinkedIn really is the place to get yourself out there and to do it. The other thing I really like about LinkedIn compared to setting up your profile, I'm talking about the LinkedIn profile here. The other thing I like about LinkedIn compared to setting yourself up on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on email marketing, on SEO, Google AdWords, you name it, you name the strategy, is with $0 on paid advertisements, $0 on ad spend, okay? I can literally reach every single prospect, influencer, person that I'm trying to get into contact with. Again, if it's a direct person or it's an influencer, what I would consider an influencer to that decision maker. But there's a whole bigger picture to making this work. And a lot of it, first off, starts with setting yourself up for success mentally, all the right tools, messaging, but actually with your profile, which I'm going to walk through here today. So your profile is really important because compared to your company page, it's typically the very first thing that people see. And the challenge, the problem with most people when they're using LinkedIn, just double checking in on these feeds, make sure I'm not missing anything. Again, guys, if you find this information valuable, please make sure you share this out with others. Make sure you drop any comments in the stream as I go along here. I'm actually going to share my screen with you as we roll. So give me a chance because this is kind of new. Let's see. Let's try this one. Feed. Let's see if that's sharing the right way. Let's make that a little bigger so you guys can see. Okay. So I'm logged into LinkedIn right now. Your LinkedIn profile is like the first thing people see when you're engaging. It's typically not your company page that's the driver of most of the activity on LinkedIn. It is your personal page. And the other thing is when you're doing bigger deals, right? Let's say my objective here is to help you bring in 6 figures plus into your sales pipeline. Well, people do business with people, and bigger deals come from building relationships. There's really not that big of a difference between building a relationship through your personal brand offline, right? If you're meeting or networking with people, or building your personal brand online. Okay, so they apply when it comes to leveraging LinkedIn. Now, the challenge is most people who are using this platform, what they tend to do, I don't know where the heck this notification came from. What they tend to do is kind of set up their profiles as if it's like a digital resume, right? So most people who leverage LinkedIn, they kind of in their sections here, set it up as if they're job hunting. Again, if you're looking to bring in deals, whether you're a marketer and you're helping to enable your sales and your marketing teams to do this, or you're an individual contributor, you have to really start looking at your personal brand here as if it's like a microsite. It's literally an extension of your sales and marketing message, similar to what you would see like on your website. I don't think my screen's sharing, is it, guys? Let me see what happened here. Oh, sorry, guys. Little glitch, little hiccup. Working through some new tools. Okay. Should be able to see that. Let me know if you cannot see my screen. Let me know if you have any problems hearing me, seeing me whatsoever. So when it comes to your LinkedIn profile, what I want you to start looking at this is instead of me having to go one-to-one, right? Like the way you get deals in your pipeline is making people aware of what you do. People have to know you in order to flow to you, whether it's money, energy, time, whatever it is. They have to first be able to know you. The other thing is you have to get your messaging across. Can't see your screen. If you're on Instagram, you will not be able to see my screen. You need to hop over to my Facebook page or LinkedIn page, which is just Connor Doobie. Same as my Instagram page. If you can't see it, Facebook page, LinkedIn, or YouTube, Connor Doobie, and you should be able to find it. We're in real time right now. Let me double check if that's working here. Yes, sir, it is. Okay. So when it comes to your page here, and by the way, if you're watching this after the fact too, you can drop questions and comments. Getting your messaging down in a different way than having to like tell people one-to-one what it is you do, right? If people don't know what you do or the value of it, then, they're not going to communicate with you. So the beautiful thing about LinkedIn is you're able to amplify and actually input that messaging of what it is you do, how you do it, the value of it, instead of just saying, like people don't give a shit if you're a sales director or an account director or a BDR at XYZ company. Like buyers don't care about that. Buyers buy on the end result of what you do. Now, again, nobody's going to buy anything directly from you from LinkedIn. It's about getting the conversation started, and it all starts with your messaging. It all starts with your personal brand. It starts with how your personal page and your personal brand is set up. And we've identified through hundreds of clients, sales, marketing departments that we've taught coaches to and ran this system through, is that that your personal page has to be set up right. And number two, messaging equals meaning, right? So messaging equals meaning to the people that you're trying to reach, that you're trying to get into contact with. And that's where we've uncovered there's like 10 key points to your profile. So before you actually go in and make any changes to your LinkedIn profile, right, you got to make sure you're set up for success. LinkedIn, compared to a lot of other platforms, can be kind of quirky. So if you're logged in, you're right on your homepage here. Okay. If you're on your homepage, what I want you to do is make sure that your settings are set up the right way. Actually, in your settings section on your LinkedIn page, because if a couple of these things are off, right, then it could throw off a lot of other stuff that you're doing. It can make or break a lot of the other activity that you could be doing everything else right on LinkedIn. But if your settings are off, then it's going to throw off the whole rest of the system. Guys, join me on Instagram. I know you can't see the screen. You're going to have to join me on LinkedIn, YouTube, or my Facebook page. So when you're logged into your page here, guys, part of this step of getting the 10-point profile is your settings. If you're logged into your LinkedIn profile, we're looking right here at my homepage, my home screen. You can jump down here to settings and privacy. Okay. Now there's a whole lot of stuff. You may want to comb through this on your own time, but the most important that I want you to make sure that you have in alignment is your visibility. You want to make sure that your profile viewing options are on. There's a whole bigger picture as to why you want this on LinkedIn that I, go into in our training and our 15-day challenge. Story viewing options. You want to make sure this stuff's turned on. Excuse me. Who can see your connections? You want to make sure this is on. All your access is on. Profile visibility off LinkedIn. Yes, you want other third-party tools. If I'm searching in Google, if I'm searching on other platforms, I want people to find my profile because I have the right keywords in there and I have the right messaging on my LinkedIn profile. Some of these other things, blocking, active status. Highly recommend you turn this to LinkedIn members. Reason being, when you go and you start engaging with people, it's really nice because even if I'm not connected with people, I can actually see who's online right now. So if I send them a connection request and I see they're online, I know that they're going to get it. And I know that chances are they may see it because they're already logged into LinkedIn. This will even show you if someone's logged in on their mobile device. It'll show you if someone's logged in on the desktop, on the computer. And so, again, I highly recommend turning this on. And even when you're doing prospecting efforts, right? I go deep into sending video messages as part of your prospecting effort. And so I like when I see my prospects are online, I know it's a great time to hit them and to follow up with them. Okay. Now, the other thing that you want to make sure you have in alignment here is LinkedIn's kind of weird. It's got settings on two different stages. It's got settings in two different places here. Is your public profile settings here as well. If you don't edit this and you don't change this, a lot of your other stuff might be thrown off. So let me actually stop my screen share here real quick. I'm going to share a Word document with you guys. And we're going to touch on this part one of the 10-point perfect profile. So let me try this again. Might get a weird entire screen. Yeah, I might get a really weird feedback loop system here, guys. So just bear with me. And I'm going to pull this up here. So ideally, you should be able to see this. It is the 10-point LinkedIn profile template, which, by the way, you can get access to this entire template. It walks through all the key recommendations plus a video on how to actually go about the messaging, the editing, the changes, and everything from point 1 to point 10. But I'm going to direct your attention to the first piece here, which is the profile URL. So a lot of people don't realize this, but you can actually edit and change your LinkedIn profile URL, which is the actual URL that people use when they go in and they log in and they pull up your profile, or you send your profile link to anybody. A lot of the times LinkedIn just auto generates all this crap in your URL. So I'm going to direct you right up here up top. That is your URL. Let me make sure that's, all right, well, I hope this is working, guys. This StreamYard's kind of weird for sharing screen, and I don't have a second monitor right now. So if all this was a miss, then let me know. I'll help you, and I'll follow up with you to walk you through these pieces. But should be able to see my page in my URL. You can actually edit this. So if I send my profile URL and my email signature, if I do it on a business card, if I do it on, anywhere, virtual business cards, links anywhere, instead of having this big, long, crappy URL, I can actually change that to something unique. So in my case, my URL says social selling expert. You could even just cut it down and put your name in there. Okay, you can shorten it. Just make sure your name's nice and clean. You can put in marketing expert, IT expert. I mean, there's so many different ways. IT support for you. The only thing is if someone has a URL already taken, just know that you won't be able to use it. So just be aware of that. So I'm actually, let me try this a different way here on the screen share, because this is kind of wonky here. Bear with me, my friends. Bear with me. Perfection from Michael. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Let me stream that here in case you guys want that URL to get signed up for the 15-day challenge. And then let me try something else here. Application windows. Chrome tab. No, I think that I can just do it on here if I want to share a Word document. So let me get that pulled back up here. So notice there's 10 key points. Kind of break it from the very top down to the very bottom, from your profile URL to your banner, which I'm going to touch on here for you in just a sec, your profile photo, your name line, your summary section, your headline, contact information, okay, summary section here, skills and endorsements. So I'm going to share that back up and we're going to walk through it together. We're going to go back here. This is kind of fun to learn, play around with a little bit. Edit. Okay, let's try this one. So notice in your banner section, again, instead of a lot of people just do like a generic, picture of the mountains or, picture of whatever. There is key real estate in this banner section to be able to actually list out various different services, specialty areas. I use it more for a point of authority. People have the ability, they can see where to contact me from my banner. It looks really clean. It's not super crazy, and it brings more context to the conversation. Again, messaging equals meaning. So your messaging is going to relay meaning from top to bottom. That's the number 2 section here. Now, the most important section, I believe personally, in all of LinkedIn is your headline section. If you look at your LinkedIn profile right now, or you look at other people's LinkedIn profiles who may not just have this set up the right way, A lot of people's headline either just has their job title or like, I help XYZ with XYZ. Okay. There's a lot of, there's a much stronger and better approach that we've seen that you can use in this real estate outside of just your banner and everything else that you have set up here, right? I can feature content on my profile, my website, posts that have done pretty well, posts that I want to highlight here. But when you're connecting with people on LinkedIn, when you're engaging with their content, when you're sending people messages, when you're commenting on posts in the LinkedIn feed, when you're engaging with posts, okay, first thing people see is that headline. So it's really important that you dial this down and dial it down in a way that doesn't just speak to like, okay, well, what do I do, right? Well, we help clients with the trifecta effect of content. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. You know, maybe a handful of people, or even just saying we help clients with custom content for LinkedIn, right? Doesn't mean anything. What I like to do is actually speak to the pains. What are the end results that you solve for people? What are their biggest struggles, right? So I listen, I tune in to the conversations I'm having with prospects, with my clients, with buyers, with people on our team, people external to our team, and I jot down what questions am I being asked, right? What are some of the key things that they have as roadblocks when I'm consulting with them, when I'm asking them the right questions, and they tell me, hey, XYZ is causing XYZ problem for me. I go, oh shoot, that's perfect to use for my messaging. It's perfect to deploy in my marketing messaging, whether it's content, but especially my LinkedIn profile. The other thing I really like about this is it's a great sandbox for you to test messaging for other marketing resources. So landing pages, maybe take a look at your website headline, right? Maybe take a look at landing, take a look at emails that you're sending to people. Take a look at posts that you're putting out. Your messaging is great. Your messaging on LinkedIn is a great playground to be able to test, right? Test a lot of this out because you can run it for 30, 60 days or whatever, make some iterations, make some changes, and then deploy it and, deploy it on your other pages, not just your LinkedIn profile. So again, guys, this whole 10-point profile system, I kind of touched on it at a high level, starts from top to bottom. If you look at my page from my from my URL to my banner to my headline, my photo. Okay, nice clean photo, my name line, my headline, my about section, right? My featured section, my experience section, my leader section, all this, skills, endorsements, really great for keywords, and my recommendations, social proof, right? This is social proof from other people that have worked with me, had success, and it's right here, right? They don't have to go dig for it. They don't have to go to my website. Those testimonials are right here on my LinkedIn profile. If you're looking at this, you're like, hey, Connor, how do I add sections, adjust it, edit it up? LinkedIn just changed this recently, so if you can't find it, no problem. If you notice, if you're logged in, which by the way, I recommend doing most of these changes on your desktop, but you can also do it on mobile. In fact, if you edit everything else on desktop, should be good to go. If you edit it on mobile, you can actually fit almost double the amount of keywords into your headline section. So instead of, I think, like 120 keywords right here, you may not have enough to relay your message. You can go up to roughly 220 plus keywords if you upload this section, your headline section, ba-boom, if you upload that on your mobile device, okay? Now, if you're trying to figure out where to edit it, if you scroll down your page a little bit, right here under Add Profile section, okay? If you're missing a section about featured, background, etc., then you can go ahead and edit this in here. Now here's the deal. Here's what I want to help you out with here today is I've created a whole system, like an exact step-by-step roadmap for you to be able to take not just your profile, but the bigger picture and the right approach to using LinkedIn. And I broke it down into 15 days worth of daily emails that you can sign up right now and get access to day one. And you can go through and start implementing these changes in order to prospect in, my objective is 6 figures into your pipeline. Using those steps, using that method, you should be able to get some big deals in your pipeline quick. I've done it time and time and time again for hundreds of B2B sellers and marketers out there. So again, you don't have to just do this and guess on how to do this. I've got it broken down into steps for you. And it doesn't have to be just you either, right? So here's kind of a little sneak preview of what this will actually look like. So day 2 through 4, this is not day 1, this is 2 through 4, is that 10-point perfect profile. So if you want to get access to this, okay, there's a whole almost 25-minute video that walks through all the technical setup. There's a template here that you can download, fill out for yourself or fill it out for somebody on your team. And as an added benefit, we have a unique partnership with LinkedIn where you can actually get access to 60 days free on Sales Navigator. We have a 60-day free trial of Sales Navigator. So it's not just that. There's a whole step-by-step regimen that I'm going to show you here. And if you're excited about this, go get signed up right away. I'm going to fill up the seats really quick. I will increase the pricing on this. Let's see if I got the right one here. So you want to make sure you go and hit that link that I have attached to the live stream, attached to this video, to go get signed up for that 15-day challenge and get yourself registered. Start building in the steps so that you can have a monster sales pipeline rolling in to 2021 and beyond. Okay? So really, what is this challenge? It's an aggressive step-by-step roadmap, as I mentioned. It's only $99, guys. Okay, most of my programs are tens of thousands of dollars a month, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, plus some of them are even thousands of dollars a month. If you really want to dip your toe in to LinkedIn prospecting and marketing, this is the perfect way to do it. This isn't built from theory. This is years and years of practitionership of us doing this not only for ourselves, right? It's the biggest driver of new business for us, but for our clients as well. So you can learn the steps and daily action items in minutes, go and implement it, watch your pipeline grow really fast. Okay, before I jump from here and we wrap up, there's some endorsements. This is what you're going to get access to through that challenge. So day 1 is really set up for success. We're going to dial in on your messaging. We're going to dial in on everything else that you need to be successful on LinkedIn. We're going to dial in on all the basically strategy and ideation for the whole 15-day challenge. Day 2 through 4 is getting your 10-point perfect LinkedIn profile set up. So you have a template, have a video to walk through. Day 5 through 6 is actually how to go about connecting the right way with people on LinkedIn. I guarantee you, even if you consider yourself a LinkedIn expert, there's going to be some monster mindset and strategy changes in this that I guarantee you've never seen before. And it's going to totally blow your mind. Sorry, guys. Oh, shoot. I just discarded that video on Instagram. Whoops. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to watch this on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Day 7 through 8, no fail follow-up. How to actually follow up with your prospects in a way that breaks through the noise, doesn't fall into the spam of what everybody else is doing, is thoughtful, is relationship building. In fact, I have a kick-ass strategy that I built into this that we've been practitioners of for years, which is called the collaboration method to meetings. So again, if you consider yourself a prospecting expert even, or a marketing expert, I guarantee you that this information here is going to completely blow your mind. Okay. And it's going to work. I guarantee you it's going to work better than likely any other approach you've taken on LinkedIn before. All right. It's ridiculous how great this stuff works. I mean, I could literally go out and probably get a meeting with anybody I put my efforts into through LinkedIn. Day 9 through 13, how to do custom content, video, articles, visual graphic content on LinkedIn, all the ins and outs. 14, engagement to drive more eyeballs to your LinkedIn profile. And then day 15, which is my favorite, called landing legendary LinkedIn deals. All right. So guys, go hop on this link right away. Okay. Let me know if you're watching this, you have any questions after the fact, and feel free to message me directly. If you have any questions, feel free to text me. Go check out the link. You can, there's a link in there to schedule on my calendar if you have more questions about this. My goal here is to get a select group of action takers who are going to do this and completely change their life and their business with this 15-day challenge. Okay? I guarantee you that it will if you follow the steps, if you take the action, right? It's not expensive to get signed up into this thing. This small financials commitment is for you to take an emotional investment, right? 99 bucks isn't going to do much for me, our business, my family. It's there for you to have an emotional commitment to following these steps. If I just gave this to you for free, emailed you the steps, probably 90% of you wouldn't even take action on it. Okay. So spend the 99 bucks, invest in it before the pricing goes up, secure a seat. Make sure you share this with anybody else, marketing, sales, business development, upcoming salesperson, someone who's graduating university, wants to learn about prospecting, sales, and marketing on LinkedIn. And with that, my friends, I'll hang here for a quick second. I kind of just see some comments rolling in, but no questions, which is either good or bad. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop those in there. And with that, then we'll go ahead and wrap up here shortly. I'm going to stop my screen share. Got myself full screen. Let's see. I actually probably should pull up the old Facebook. Okay. Let's see. Nice. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that. Cool. All right, guys. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Again, make sure you share the feed. Any questions after the fact? I'll keep doing some streams here. I'm going to give you guys a little tease of how badass this content is, but I'm not going to give it all to you. You got to take the action, get signed up for the challenge, dive in, start rolling through the videos. We have a private group. We have a mastermind that's attached to it. I guarantee it's going to change your life. Okay. So with that, my friends, have a beautiful rest of the day, and I will see you on the other side.